You didn't think I was gonna leave you hanging on 222-2022. Pluto has returned to the United States. This energy of the underworld. And when you hear the underworld, you're like, dun, dun, dun. You think like evil. We're not talking about the underworld like that. We're talking what's under the surface. What's at the core. Where the wealth is. Come on, where the wealth is, right? When you hear the word Pluto, they used to talk about wealth, the minerals in the earth, this wealth of minerals, the seeds that you have planted. They have to grow underground, underworld, in the dark, so that it can sprout and grow towards the light. And it's in that space that we are in right now. We are in death and life, rebirth, right? When the seed cracks open, that piece falls off. Things have to die within self for new things to be regenerated or to be reset. And so I wanted to sit with you in space and container and just, be in blessing, be in prayer, be in love, bringing forth those things that are underground, those things that on this beautiful portal, these numbers, the 2, right? This 2 number, this harmonization, this coupling, this union between ourselves and Creator, this union maybe between you and a beloved, this deep, deep connection that we have. All that keeps us from having that connection is dying away, including in the systems all over the planet where there's overreach, where there's tyranny and all of those things. It's taking away from the balance and the harmonization of the planet. It's imbalanced. So it wants to destroy, this energy wants to destroy that which isn't love, isn't balance, isn't harmony, this destruction energy that's coming, this chaos energy that's coming. For many of you, you've gone through your transfiguration, yo. You've gone through, right? Transmuting the things in your life. You have gone through alchemizing your past. You've gone through breaking up some shit in your lineage and bringing forth that gold that's being given to your families and friends and loved ones. Something has to die for something to be birthed, and you're watching the death of old paradigms and old systems. People are fighting. People are, and then even more propaganda, even more things are rising because it wants to take control back, but it's lost control. These fraudulent systems have lost control. The illusion has lost control. There's things that we're looking at that we think are true and they are not. And some of you are seeing the truth. So you're battling with dying to this old world, your old beliefs, and coming into this new understanding of what's happening. And so going into, just take a deep breath. Let it out, baby. Take a deep breath and just breathe in that life force. And blow out all those things that don't belong in this very moment. Right now, in this moment, you are safe, you are seen, you are heard. I understand you because I understand myself. I understand my shortcomings. I understand the places in my life that seem a little weak. I understand my mind that made me sick at one point in my life and how I'm readjusting that. I'm very aware of the mess and with all the light that goes on in duality within each human. So I see you. I see the pain of not understanding like what is going on right now with all the discord and disconnect that's always been. and that we have to see it, and we have to go through that process of seeing it, feeling it, grieving it, experiencing it, wanting something new, creating something new, bringing forth something new, being that new thing. Not just saying it, but being it, walking in it, listening to others, understanding, having compassion for others. They're doing their best. Everyone's programmed. It's like, what program are you on? Everyone's programmed. And your program that you're on, you may be on this high frequency program looking from the highest view, but you at one point in your life had a low vibration programmed view. I love that saying. It's like, before you go and pluck that splinter out of your brethren's eye or their eye, you better take the plank out your own. We're in the middle of taking the plank out of our own. We're looking at the parts of self. We're looking at the parts of self that we don't like, and we're looking at the parts of self that are a part of the problem here on planet Earth, and we're looking at the parts that can shift it. We're looking at the parts that can change it. We're looking at the heart. We're tapping into the heart. We're letting the heart rule the game. Because when the heart rules, intuition rules. And when intuition rules, source is with us in the space. Those answers, the love is with us. And so we call in them blessings, baby. We call in that love. We call in that understanding. We call in the answers to the problems that you have. We call in the guidance. We call in the support. We call in the fruit for all the work that you've done. We call it in, baby. We call it in. And we are willing to receive. And when I say that, I saw walls come up. Because some of you are not willing to receive. Some of you don't believe that you deserve it. Some of you are sabotaging the very gift that's right in front of you because you're scared that if you get it, you're going to lose it. And you're really scared that it's not true and it won't happen for you. So you're not even trying, and you're blocking the very blessing that is here right now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sometimes I got to be in the mirror and I'm just like, when I doubt myself or I see myself wanting to sabotage my relationship or sabotage my business, and I'm like, come on, Nicole, come on. I'm like, come on. Don't you do it. Breathe through it. Let it in. Let it shine. Let you shine. Allow your heart open to receive that good that is in front of you. And I just heard, stop looking at all that's going on around you. Stop looking at the media. Stop looking at it and going, we're in trouble. Stop looking at it. It is all illusion. It is all illusion. It is fraudulent. It is this slight interface veil of this smoking mirror that's blocking you from being your true divine self. And when you are your true divine self, that isn't real. And that you have the capabilities in this moment to be in an experience of heaven on earth. Come on. Do you know what heaven on earth feels like? The whole world could be falling apart. Actually, I remember last year was tough. Last year I felt the good, but it was a time of grievance. And it went all the way into 2022 when I lost my puppy of 13 years. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But 2020, when things started to go kind of bad, I remember that me and my wife created such a reality. It was so bubbled off that it was nothing like everybody else was experiencing. Not everybody else, because some of you were doing the same thing. We were in growth. We were in abundance. We were enjoying life. We were connecting. We were feeling good. Life felt and looked good, even when I wanted to go into I feel a little bit of shame for feeling really good right now, while other people are losing people. They're losing their own lives. We're having lockdown. Kids are really not functioning well because they're losing to be able to play their sports, right? College, they've been training for so long. They can't go and actually compete. Like depression, anxiety, addiction, ODs, death, suicide, all of that was going on. And I had to hold the light. I had to hold that good. I had to hold the hope, the faith, and I did it. We did it here. And then I went into a death cycle of 2021 where I lost people. I lost my dog. I was digging, gutting anything that didn't matter within me. Hear me out. There are things that I worry about that do not matter. There are things that I focus on that do not matter. My eyes are on things that matter. They have meaning. That means that the vibration of them is high. That means that it's pulling in what is good for me. Something's got to destruct and die for something good to come through. I said that at the beginning. We're going to circle back. And so right at around Christmas or even before that, I knew my puppy wasn't right. I knew my Buddha, his name was Buddha. Something was wrong and I could feel I was losing him in the 3D. And it brought me to a space of grief that I've never known. And he got diagnosed with this huge tumor by his heart because he loved so hard that he took on so much that he absorbed, and it created a mass because he was taking out our home's trash, the things that didn't matter, the pain, the obstacles. I felt like he took it all on to the point where his esophagus was moved, or his trachea was moved to the side all the way by his rib cage, and that had to say goodbye to him. And they gave him a death sentence, right? But he lived 3 weeks after that. And during those 3 weeks, me and my wife, we bubbled off again. And we spent every waking moment with this dog, and we cooked for him, and we stayed with him, and we loved each other, and we loved him, and we did healing, and we connected, and all the things that mattered started to come out. Being present. Breaking bread with one another is important. Connection. Life mattered. Every second mattered. Every minute mattered. There was meaning in the time because I knew I didn't have much more time. I didn't barely sleep. I stayed up to take him outside when he needed to go outside. He needed to go out a lot because of the medication he was on. And we would stand in the moonlight and we would just be there together. And every once in a while we get a visit. We got a visit from a baby bunny. Sometimes in the morning we get visited by a hawk. There's 2 crazy ass squirrels that come and visit us and they yell at us, and that was fun too. So when he died, I let go of things that meant nothing. And they left. They were just taken. They were taken from me. And then I was left with grief, which cracked my heart open. So when something dies, if a part of you dies or a person dies, there is this large amount of grief that is love that needs to be expressed, that needs to come out, And it came, oof. I walked through fire. I felt like I was drowning through water. Some were turbulent, like earthquake energy and tornado energy and air. My head, I was like, whoo. And the interesting thing about the body is the body won't allow you to go through more than you can handle. So you'll grieve a certain amount and you'll think you're never going to stop, but your body's got to stop and it'll give you a break, and your mind will give you a break, right? The ego mind, there's parts of the ego that actually help you. The ego is just like, we're going to focus on this right now because if we keep focused on that, we're going to fall apart. So I had to take time to, right? And then all of a sudden, like, Buddha's energy let me know that I was going to get another puppy, and we already got that baby. And life came in the house, but it was chaotic life. It was a puppy. Right? Energy sometimes when we have this shift is chaotic. He's teething. He's like, God, you don't know where he's coming from. Any moment you gonna get tore up. This energy like, but it's just like he's growing. He's teething. There's growth. There's growing pains. There's like, whoo, and you're feeling it. So the death is grievance. Then you got this rebirth where it hurts. And you're feeling it in your bones and your mind, and your soul. You're just feeling it. Don't stop before the miracle happens. Don't you quit. Don't you quit. You walk through. Your body was made to walk through. Your soul is strong. It can do anything. You don't quit. So no matter, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. No matter what happens. I love that. That was great. That was too fast for my mouth. No matter what happens, know that it's there, right? There was a lot of things said during this video, and I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you got something from it. Because if you did, please follow, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know where you are today. And I just want you to know that my wife and I never stop the work, the spiritual work. It's a part of my system. It's a part of my life. I'm constantly having conversations with God, constantly checking in with Christ, that Christed self that I am, and checking in with Christ energy, right? Asking questions and getting those answers. And when I say Christed, it's because that love, that Christ love, when you're actually walking in it and you get to love in it, and you get to transmute the hatred, and you get to transmute the greed, and you get to transmute the envy, and you get to transmute things that purify, purify this heart, so that, I said it in the beginning, when you're in your heart, there's this connection to intuition where you can hear. And I hear you. I hear your pain. I hear your celebrations. I hear your needs. We're all the same. We're not different. We try so dang hard to make ourselves different. We try to make ourselves unique. We've all been through different experiences, some harder than other, but really deep down, we all want the same thing. We really want to feel safe, seen, heard, and loved. And so with that, you are safe in this moment, seen, heard, loved, and you get to be safe, seen, heard, loved. That was a tongue twister. As long as you want to be. And so I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and watching this and connecting with me, and just deep honor and reverence to you. Bye.